Antonio Brown, old AB, last seen running an arena team into the ground. Before that, hiding out in some house to avoid getting arrested because of some domestic issue.
And was using his bunker and his tunnels to
Yeah,
get
like,
around
it's
until
like,
they decided to drop the charges.
Yeah, just so a lot going on with Antonio Brown. Before that, he was swimming nude at a pool, at a hotel, and
jumping out of the pool. By the way,
just
flying fish.
Yeah, letting everybody know what they're biting on, like all that fun stuff. Well, now he appeared on Tyreek Hill's podcast recently, and again decided to share his side of what went down with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He talked about Tom Brady and why things sort of went awry, and just sort of why his decision to walk off the field and disrobe against the New York Jets came to be.
We about to play the Jets, and this week I'm really hurt. So I'm taking pictures to the coach, Coach, man, are we gonna win the Super Bowl, man? I think I need to just take these last 2 weeks, at least recover up so I could give you my best when we to the time that I mean the most. So we here to win the Super Bowl. So the coach hey man, we ain't resting. So Tom called me yo, this week, man, the Jets, man, they sweet, man. I'm gonna hit you with 10 to 12. So he done gassed me up. So, me, that's all I need to hear. Yo, you gonna throw me the ball? This me saying, I got a new crib. These guys not even caring. So now I come playing the game, I'm hurt. I'm in my zone, I'm super hurt. And it's yo, I might hurt myself more. And they not really trying to put me in a good position. I'm not out here to hurt myself. I'm out here to help you guys win. That means getting the ball, help you move the chains, get in the zone. So right now, we at a different time right now. You guys not trying to see none of that. You guys is mixing me with he don't want to work with me, I'm paying him. You don't want to throw me the ball, and you making me I'm crazy. So it's I'm crazy? F*** all you I'm out of here.
You know what's great about Antonio Brown? First of all, fantastic player. Zero at any point in his time accountability for anything. For as great of a player as he was, the lack of self-awareness is at a level that I almost admire. I wish I could walk through life and go, you know what? Nothing's my fault. It's your fault. Even when this is 3 separate times he derailed his own career by himself. The Steelers, the Raiders, then the Buccaneers. I mean, and that includes, pit stops with the Patriots and just some other stuff that went on. But this is 3 separate times he's gotten an opportunity and still figured out a way to blow it. Figured out a way to screw it up, and never one time did he raise his hand and say, yeah, I could have been better through some of that.
Well, here's the thing. It seems as though what he was saying, he was trying to justify his actions that day on game day for how he left the field. But it doesn't justify your actions. It's still, what you said still does. Let's just say, for the sake of saying all those things are true, you still didn't handle the situation. Even if you're you know what, the way you guys are handling this, I got dressed anyway. I'm hurt. You're not targeting me. You didn't give me an opportunity, and I'm out here anyway. You know what? You calling me crazy? Okay, that's cool. Even if you decided to leave the field, the way and the manner of which you left the field, you didn't justify anything. You didn't clear anything up. Because if they're saying you're a crazy dude, and then you're saying, okay, F that, I'm out of here, and then you derobe yourself and you start playing to the crowd while you dance into the tunnel of the stadium, you're actually proving their accusation correct.
It's like someone saying, hey, you know what, man?
Hey, look at his crazy ass. Okay, what do you mean he's crazy? Okay, case, I rest my case.
It's like say to somebody, you know what?
Case.
We think you have a drinking problem. Oh, I have a drinking problem? All right, fine. I'm going to the liquor store.
I'm gonna go get drunk now.
Way to prove me wrong.
Right.
It just the whole thing is bizarre, man. And I keep going back to the point of all he had to do in all of these stops that he was on in his path along the way, all he had to do was just end on somewhat reasonable terms, and he's a Hall of Famer. That's it. But the ending was so bad that he's never going to get in the Hall of Fame. And you know, as a college football Hall of Famer, that's life-changing stuff. You are set for life. You are immortalized. And 3 separate times, he either burned his feet in a cryo chamber and walked away from the Raiders and cost himself $30 million. That was after the Steelers fiasco. Or he got to Tampa Bay and decided, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just going to run off the field. All the stuff off the field. Dude, this guy was a Hall of Fame player. Hall of Fame caliber through and through. Even won a Super Bowl after all of that. Yeah. And still figured out a way to butcher the entire thing. It's amazing, man.
It's not only amazing, but you know, and I was talking to Troy Vincent about this not too long ago. We were texting back and forth. It's concerning. It's very concerning because the level of, like you said, the level of unawareness of seemingly unaware. Because here's the thing. It's concerning if he's unaware. It's concerning even more, and throw in a dash of disappointing if he is aware. If he's actually aware enough where the things that he's doing are calculated or thought out, that's strange. That's very strange.
Yeah, like what is worse? Is it his lack of self-awareness or the fact that he might be aware?
It's 100% worse if he's aware. Because you can have a sense of sympathy and even empathy for him if he's unaware. You know, a lot of people think that all of this, everything went downhill after he got hit upside the head. You know,
in the game against the Bengals.
A lot of people think that that's what happened. And if that's the case, that he's suffering from.
That was perfect, right?
That was perfect. That was perfect.
And then Juju Smith-Schuster
got him back. Got the great payback.
Chalk outlined.
Man, great comeback. The great payback. Anyway. A lot of people feel as though, because I think he got knocked out again. I think it happened again after that, if I'm not mistaken. But I just feel like if that is the case, if he is indeed struggling with mental health issues, I find it to be very, very sad, and I find it to be very, very concerning that the people around him aren't, and maybe they are. I don't want to make any accusations because I'm not close enough to the scenario to say one way or the other. Maybe they are. I just hope people are working hard to make sure he's getting the attention that he needs instead of enabling the behavior.
What did Plexico and TJ, have you guys had a conversation? What do they think is the issue with Antonio Brown?
I haven't had a conversation, but I will this weekend. I haven't had a conversation with them about AB. I mean, unless there was something in the media, which I would have to be kind of rebooted on what they're thinking about it. But, Plexico was a teammate. AB was a teammate to Plexico.
Yeah.
So I will get that information, but I just, we had the same barber. We knew a few of the same people in Pittsburgh, and everybody I knew that knew him said he was a weird dude. He's a weird dude. Like I think the word that was really used more often than anything was he's like, in the way they said, like, he's different. He's a different dude. That's a different dude. Because I was a fan. I'm a big Steelers fan. So a lot of the guys know a lot of the same people I do because it just geographically, like you meet some of the same people because, my barber cuts Mike Tomlin's hair. He cuts a lot of, shots out to my man Dave, Dave's Barbershop You could go to Manchester. There's one on Brighton Road as well.
What's up, Dave, on Manchester and Brighton?
In Manchester.
What's up, Dave, in Manchester?
On Brighton. There's two different places.
What's up, Dave, on Brighton?
There you go. All right. He's a Manchester legend. So anyway, we know a lot of the same people. So you'd be in there at any given point in time. There'll be Steelers in there. Charlie Batch would be in there. Other guys that are from the area that played for the team. They'll be in there, and we'd be talking. And that just no one has ever said, "Nah, that's inaccurate." Like AB, and I never heard somebody say like AB is a solid dude. Like, that's a solid dude. Like, there's some people you ask, like, what's he like? You know, oh, he's a good dude, man. That's a good dude, da-da-da. You know, sometimes they say, he's a church dude, so he's going to try to get you to get saved and go to church with him, and he'll give you a Bible, stuff like that. Like, that's what they used to say about D. Green. D. Green going to take you to church now. He going to take you to church. You know, he going to try to take you to church, but he going to try to touch your life in that way. There's other guys where you'd be like, oh, that dude's a partier. Like, that dude parties. Like, stay away from him because he parties. You get the whole rundown on guys, and they just give different rundowns, different rap sheets. And I never heard anyone say anything other than that dude is different.
I've heard one person compliment Antonio Brown and have his back publicly. Tom Brady. And what did he do? Aired him out the first chance he could.
He got butt naked and said, screw you.
Yeah. And that was part of his in this interview with Tyreek Hill, he buried Brady. He buried Alex Guerrero, his personal trainer, saying, I gave you $100,000. He buried the organization. Like, it's everybody else's fault every time. I swear to God, I almost admire it.
I know there was another thing that somebody said about. I remember I got this at the Super Bowl when we interviewed him at NFL Network on NFL AM. They said he loves himself. They said, like, the dude really, really loves himself. Like, when I interviewed him, I thought it was a dope-ass interview. Like, I had no problem with the dude after we did the interview. Like, I was like, man, like, AB, like, it's Antonio Brown. Like, that's what's up. Like, I didn't have any type of feelings one way or the other. And then I remember somebody, I think it was a former player, was basically like, man, geez, that dude loves himself.
There's something to be said for that.
So, I mean, I love myself,
I don't.
I do. I definitely love myself.
It's like,
I don't love myself like, I mean, maybe I do love myself because some of the lettermen, I think, get irritated with me. Like, I might have been irritating some people. They might have been like, LaVar is weird or.
Yeah, you never disrobed during a game and walked off the field.
I can't say I did that.
Yeah.
Can't say I did. Screw this. I'm out of here. Like, oh, y'all think I'm crazy? Let me show y'all I'm crazy then.
Yeah, I feel like
I've never done that.
And I would argue your situation with the Commanders was a little bit more difficult to deal with than. I mean, we're talking about the Steelers, one of the most well-run organizations, the Raiders for a pit stop, and then Tom Brady and the Buccaneers on a Super Bowl caliber team, and just figured out a way to botch every single